Welcome to YouTube Live. Sean, we're live.
Thanks for that warning. That countdown of nothing was great.
You're welcome. I know. Oh, speaking of which. Ha.
Got to put your costume on?
I do. For our first of 3 live streams today.
Our busy day.
Busy day. So let's get through this quick. Today we are reviewing the latest episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, episode 8, otherwise entitled Boxed In.
Or episode 4, as I stated on Instagram, because I'm a dummy.
I'll agree with that statement.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Glad to know that you have my back.
Oh, yeah. Always, man.
Power Rangers logic.
Now, are you going to do that during any of the panels today?
No.
That's just for us.
That's just for us and just for our YouTuber friends. So, Boxed In, the episode starts with the return of the Pan Global Games.
Yeah, after what, 20 some odd years?
Yeah, I think they stopped doing it in Mighty Morphin, right?
I think Mighty Morphin was the only time they ever did it.
Mm-hmm. I do believe.
It was a good throwback. It was good to see it, even though we didn't see any of the games.
Yeah, neither did Ravi. He was pissed.
Was it just me, or was Ravi acting like a baby the whole episode?
Mm-hmm. Glad you opted for a different word. Yes.
What
yeah,
word did you think I was going to say, Mr. Sean?
That's too toxic of a word for me in today's social climate.
I'll agree. I concur.
Yeah, so the whole premise of this episode is based around Ravi being a big baby, as you said. But they didn't even say how many, but the team has to go check. They need teams of 3 to go check on the Morphex towers. And Ravi doesn't want to miss weightlifting because apparently he doesn't have a DVR or a VCR or on demand or
YouTube.
Yeah, or NBC isn't doing the Olympics this year and they're not playing it 1,500 times.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense, but he was like, I mean, Devin made sense. He's like, all right, if all of us do it, we can get it done faster, and then we can all at least see a little bit of the game. And Robbie's like, nah, I ain't with it.
He's like a little kid that wants the box of cereal that's got nothing but sugar in it at the grocery store. You know, the one where the parents want to beat the shit out of their kids?
We do not do that in today's era. No.
Parents can still want to. It's a matter of they don't do it at the grocery store anymore.
I love how you clarified that. They don't do it at the grocery store.
Well, that's where these kids are. They're asking for it at the grocery store. I mean, when I was a kid, times were different, obviously. We didn't have cell phones.
You didn't have the internet.
The government did.
But you didn't. So anyways.
No, I didn't have the internet until 1994. Anyways, yeah, so Ravi's like, boo-hoo, let's draw the short straw. And it's, guess what? For plot convenience, it's not going to be me. And it's not going to be Steel.
And Steel was like, he was like, all right, let's go clean up. And then Robbie's like, nah, we should be the ones to go see the game. He's like, I'm down.
So, yeah, first of all, and Ravi should enter. I think it's too late.
Let's be real. You can't just, I'm going to enter a weightlifting competition. You train for that stuff.
Typically, yeah.
Sean's going to enter one here soon.
Mm-mm. No. So, yeah, so Devin, Zoe, and Nate drew the short straws, and they go check on the Morphex towers, which Nate is walking around the Morphex towers just looking at an iPad like he's Cisco Ramon. And he's like, oh, everything looks good. So why couldn't they just do that remotely?
Why couldn't each of them take an iPad and go around and check it?
They only have so many iPads in today's quarantine environment.
They work for Grid Battle Force. They made Rangers.
True.
They can have extra iPads.
Maybe they have the GrandPad. Have you heard about this thing?
No.
It's an iPad for old people, literally. And it's basically got it's like the remotes with the big effing buttons on them. I don't have a remote handy, but like my Samsung remote has a bunch of buttons on it. They're teeny tiny. But the GrandPad, the iPad is only 4 icons wide and so many icons down anyway.
Yeah.
But it's got less. It's like 3. It's like the Jitterbug phone. You got the big honking numbers. It's like the the Firefly, the kid phone. 911, mom, dad.
Yes.
It's like that, except for
Old people.
yeah, and it's much bigger because the jitterbug is or the jitterbug is a flip phone. The Firefly is teeny tiny phone
Well, the
because
more you
little
know.
kids have little hands. I don't know why I'm shaking
believe
my
how
hands.
that's how that works, right?
Yeah,
So we
Power
do have a few comments.
Rangers logic.
We do have a few comments. Darth Wren says hello there, and then Matt ZRJS Roxy says, "Hey, a nice Flash reference, Sean."
yeah, I know. But anyway, so what I'm getting at is why, like the company I work for, we manage and maintain networking devices remotely. I could do it from my house here in Raleigh. I can connect to a device in New York, another device in Florida, another device in Indiana. We have some out in California. So why can't they just set up a private network?
I do not know.
Power Rangers logic.
It's that.
Your favorite kind of logic.
Yeah. So anyway, so they go, and then of course they get attacked by
Hulk
a
Hogan and
weightlifting.
Tron.
Jeez. No, he was about as worthless. He was more like Brutus the Barber Beefcake because he was worthless.
He was a jobber.
Okay, so he was the Brooklyn Brawler Tronic
Yes.
drone.
Yes.
I don't think they even gave him a name.
No, they didn't. So we get to name him. That's our pleasure.
Yeah, so anyway, so the three of them get attacked. They get crushed under a clean bar. And then Ravi and Steele show up. And what was in the background? Japanese
lettering.
street sign. Yep.
Japanese lettering.
But they were very quick to very quick to cut away from it. Not a big deal.
So I'm gonna be honest. My favorite part of that fight scene between the
The
Rangers.
powerbomb?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You already know.
It was a powerbomb cradle.
Yeah. He's like, you're pinned. I'm like, I love this.
I think this episode was sponsored by either Antonio Inoki or New Japan and All Japan Pro Wrestling.
And if you don't know who they are, if you like wrestling, you're welcome.
Call somebody.
Orville said it's a John Cena Tron,
Okay, it's more Prototypetron.
but we can see him.
Yeah, Prototype you could see.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so
After
You know.
Ravi one-mans him.
yeah, he basically he went into business for himself. Hogan must pose, and then and then he gets all mad, bro, and because he missed the first weightlifting round. It's like that's not where the good stuff is. The good stuff is when after that. So shut up.
So I'm looking at the comments real quick. Darth Wren said, "Did anyone see the Levi Weston Easter egg?" I did not. Levi Weston was the gold Ninja Steel Ranger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see I mean, I'm sure it was on there. I was half paying attention, but yeah. Barrel Bob said, "What's going on, fellas? Good morning. Good morning to you as well."
I think we should, Darth Wren. I think we need to elaborate if you don't mind.
Yeah.
And then Christian, you'll have to explain it to me.
Yeah, could you put it in the comments what it was? If I'm thinking correctly, it was probably at the beginning when they were showing that slideshow of the Pan Global Games, I guess.
Oh yeah, I thought that makes sense.
I mean, I didn't see it. That's the only where I'm assuming it was.
That's possible. So so then Blaze and Roxy show up, which again they were destroyed last episode, so they're back again. I guess they can just shorthand it since we know that they can just be recreated again.
Yeah, just unlimited.
Unlimited based on Scrozzle.
Yeah, and Blaze is like, yeah, we're gonna create a Gigatron because Evox is out, and we're gonna
Yeah, he's got his
destroy the
away
Rangers.
message on,
Huh?
or he's got his out of office on.
He tried using the Blaze system.
Yeah, be loud and zealous every day.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just figured it out.
That's a good one.
It's basically the opposite of the Dennis system.
Demonstrate. Oh gosh.
Freestyle, I'm going to write that down.
Oh, he's into it. He's like, "Yep, this is going on his shirt. I'm wearing it to PMC, and I'm going to talk to Colby Strong and be like, you like the Blaze system?" And he'll
Yeah.
be like, "What the hell?"
Be like, I dig it. I'll be like, dig it. Oh yeah. Snap into it. So he was being loud and zealous day.
Darth Ren, just to follow up with that, he said, "I saw someone posted on Facebook, but I didn't see it either."
Oh.
Well, okay then.
Well, I appreciate you calling our attention to it. Christian will scour the internet finding it later.
Nope, I like the name Kristen. We're gonna go with it.
Holler at your girl.
Yes.
So, anyways, this planetarium is, for lack of a better description, is turned into a gigadrone, but we don't know that yet. And the gigadrone, holy hell! Turns out at the end of the episode, the gigadrone is the announcer.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, who was the announcer for this? I couldn't put my finger on who it was because there was too many effects on the voice.
I do not know.
It was Mike Tenay.
It was Jerry the King Lawler.
No, there weren't enough puppies references.
True. True.
My video is getting a little shoddy. I don't know why.
Yeah, your audio is getting a little shoddy too there, Sean.
Let me close this. Cool. So, tell me if I sound any better.
I'm gonna go with a no.
How about now?
No.
Cool. I have no idea why.
Did you open something you shouldn't have opened?
Everything is closed.
Well, that's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
Is
This
what
is
it
great
is.
audio.
Rip audio.
Can you hear me okay, though?
I can hear you, not okay. Barrel Bob said Evox infected the mic.
How about now? I turned off my video. Do I sound any better?
It's funny how your video... Yeah.
Okay. I'll turn it back on here in a minute.
Oh, God. Sean's Zordon now. We can't see him.
Hey,
You're back.
I'm back.
Barrel Bob
Am I
said
still choppy? Is my audio choppy? I need feedback.
it is a little choppy.
All right, so we'll just go sans video for now. Tell me if I'm any better or worse.
You sound good?
Okay. So Zordon here. Basically, the Racer Zord comes to save the day, and he gets sucked into the Gigadrone,
Yes.
into a boxing ring,
Yes.
which is just used purely for wrestling. Can you at least put a picture of me up or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, no problem. No big deal. I'll reboot my router when we're done here.
Okay.
And then there's basic. He just goes through a gauntlet match. You know, he's Kofi Kingston now.
Well, is he going to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
No, he's gonna face somebody else. I don't know who it was. I forget who it was. It's not that important. Daniel Bryan.
Barrel Bob said put Zordon's head over your video. I should.
But yeah, so they went with some pretty obvious names: the Alpha Zord or the Alpha Drone, and he beats him with a clothesline. So it's a Survivor Series match where no finishers are used. And then he goes to a 2-on-1, and
Handicap
apparently,
match.
yeah, the fighter drone and the damage drone, whatever, who I believe is the 1-2-3 kid with all of his kicks and yaws.
I'm not going to say it. I believe you.
Do you? Yeah. There. I was looking for some sort of feedback.
Thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, look who's back.
Sean Fritz.
Sean Fritz. But then the announcer just starts, like, I just wrote down here, the commentary is ridiculous. I was waiting for him to say something like he's going to stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry. Like, okay, Steve Austin.
Yeah, imagine if they had gotten JR to do the commentary for this. Been the voice of the Gigadrone. Hey,
That
KO'd
would have
him.
been
No. It's not killed in Power Rangers. He
Stone
destroyed
Cold,
him.
Stone
He
Cold,
destroyed
Stone
him.
Cold.
Oh
Stone
my
Cold.
gosh.
This is a slobber knocker. I think they actually did use the word slobber knocker at one point.
Oh gosh, that would if they did, that's fantastic. If they didn't, they really should have.
Yeah, missed opportunity, right?
Exactly.
I'm actually looking up this episode on IMDb to see who did see if they list who the guy was.
I mean, whoever it was, they did a good job. It's funny how that in the episode when Devin's fighting the Gigadrones, they tag in and out like it's an actual wrestling match.
So it's the first Gigadrone is called, or not Gigadrone. The weightlifter is Dumbbellatron.
That's one hell of a name.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
That's I could have came up with something better.
We did. Brutus Beefcakeatron.
Yep. Imagine if they had gone with something like that. That would have been yikes.
Yeah. But anyway, he wins the 2-on-1, and then they try to break into the building, the rest of the team, because they see the Zord show up and try to do its deal.
Yes.
And they're basically expelled. They're like, "Nah, you can't get in."
They're like, no girls allowed.
Yeah, yeah, and anybody that associates with girls, boys for it only.
Mm-hmm. That was their mindset. It was kind of
Yeah,
interesting the few ways they tried to get in. They tried to break open the base or break open the building, and then they were like, "All right, let's attach onto this Gigatrone," and then blam, wasn't able to get in.
No, you're not invited. But then the Tronics show up and they have to use their Beast X visor mode thing, and it's like, really?
I guess they really need that for that.
They wanted to make short work of it, I guess. And after that, they go back to base, and Nate does his little, I'm going to type on the keyboard, nerd, and just reprograms the Simbazord for, to use in place of the Racer Zord.
Which makes sense. I mean, he was just like, yeah, we're just going to use the King Zord, the Beast King Zord. And I'm like,
but what doesn't make sense,
huh?
You know what doesn't make sense? Is the line, the staff of the Beast X King Zord was designed to break into the building.
What is that? Yeah, that was like, what is that?
Power Rangers logic.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they break in and everybody gets thrust out. Basically what was it? Nate was doing his third wave of whoopings before they got broken out. The Delta drone, which looks like Cyclopsis with boxing gloves, and the Gamma drone. Like, come on, you're just going up the phonetic alphabet. Alpha, Bravo,
Kenny Omega.
No, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Gopher, blah blah blah.
I want to ask
Gamma.
you know that,
Gamma was
we
they used to use. Yeah, it's they used to use it in war. It's called the NATO phonetic alphabet. It's actually pretty interesting because they've changed it over the years. It used to be Gamma, then it was Gopher, then it went to something else. It's basically B as in boy, D as in dog. It's like the military version of that.
Yes.
But Devin, the Racer Zord, gets caught in the ropes. So the Andre the Giant spot.
Mm-hmm.
To explain why
that was fantastic.
Yeah, or the every Royal Rumble spot where someone's caught, or the every tag team spot where there's dissension amongst the tag team.
And they start beating the mess out of him, and then he gets unhooked, flies up, and does like either a clothesline, kind of like a mix of a clothesline and a crossbody.
It's a phenomenal forearm.
Kinda. I was just like, the whole time during this episode, I'm like, this is really dumb.
I wanted to see a vertebreaker.
Oh my god, you know what they called it in TNA, right?
A broken neck.
Nah, Homicide did it. I'll let you look that up later. I ain't gonna say it on air.
You can tell me, hey, tell me after you fix my video when you make me not stretch tall.
There ain't nothing I can do about that.
You can, a little bit. Anyways, maybe it's just the choppiness of my video. I don't know. Okay, I'll let you win that one. So they break in, they break everybody out, and then the announcer they beat the Delta and the Gamazord, the Delta and the Gamatron, and then the announcer just continues to talk.
The whole time while he's fighting.
Yeah, he is the Boxatron, and holy hell, they do the Beast X, the King Simba Ultrazord, and the Racer Zord do a fastball special. You know where Wolverine gets thrown by any strong member of any Marvel team.
Yeah.
The Thing, Colossus, whomever, and that was entertaining. And then the Beast X Simbazord Ultrazord basically is like, I could take your finisher, and I'm just going to laugh at you.
Oh, you just got called out in the comments.
For what?
Matt ZRJS Roxy says the Gigadrones have Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta, which is the Greek alphabet. They do not use military alphabet or NATO alphabet for the sectors.
Good point. Although Alpha is the first letter in the NATO, Alpha and Bravo. But I will concede, yes, that is more accurate than what I said. Oh, and yes, I do love the Simbazord Orville.
Sean Taps.
What?
I said Sean Taps.
Stop it. So anyway, so the announcer of the Boxatron, when he gets got, he just still goes on and on. Like he's on 24/7. Oh no, he's gonna get got. He got. Uh-oh, he's done.
Yep. He's just like the whole time, like, imagine somebody getting in a fight and commentating on it.
Like, well, didn't John Cena do that one time? I know he did it when he was doing press at a radio station. He did it during an arm wrestling match. It's kind of funny. And obviously he was going to win because it was for irony's sake.
The only thing I can really remember when someone talking shit during a whole wrestling match was that Boneyard match. Undertaker goes, "What's my wife's name again?"
Never saw it. I'm okay with that.
It was good.
No one needs to explain it. No one needs it. No one. Yeah. Haha. Jackass.
So I think
two things. Two things at the end.
Yeah.
I wrote down here after the fastball special, Ultra Strike, Ultra Slash, Super Duper Win, Virus eliminated, that to this point in the episode, there was no Ben and Betty.
I'm okay with that.
They must have listened. They must have watched our last week's episode. Our live stream.
I doubt it. Nobody from Hasbro knows who we are.
That's okay. And they all went to the karate finals. I'm wondering, is this how Jason gets pulled back into the show?
Is he a karate instructor?
Well, he was at the Ernie's Juice Bar karate fight. That's how they introduced Tommy. So, is he a participant? Is he the coach of the team?
Who knows? Find out next time on Power Rangers Beast Morphers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they did show that preview for the Dino War in Russia, so does that mean we're getting it for episode 9? Or so, like, is it going to be like a summer movie? TV movie?
That would be kind of cool if they did that, like they do with the Sentai, where it's a theatrical movie.
Mm-hmm. We can only hope, but Hasbro has the money for it. But yeah, at the end, like after everything's said and done, Ravi's still being a baby. And then I believe it was Devin says something. He's like, "Oh yeah, I do need to apologize." Like what?
Yeah, like he got called out and he's like, "My bad."
He's like, "Yeah, I was kind of being a jerk."
The problem is, like, when he tries to come off maybe he was trying to come off genuine. I can't tell if he's ever being genuine or disingenuous, or if it's just the acting or what it is.
Yeah, it's a bit off, but I mean he's a good character. But like this whole episode made him look like a baby.
Yeah, I thought that it was a step back. I thought there was more character progression
Yeah, it
up until
should
this point.
like he's like the son of the commander. He should know. Hey, duty comes before pleasure.
Orville says it's a 20-minute movie.
I yep.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, once a week. We're making movies.
Yep. But how many morphers out of 10 would you give this episode?
5.
You said 5?
5. It wasn't. I mean, there was more Zord fights in this one, which was great, but the acting was. It was a very rushed episode. The acting, or not the acting, the story was just
weird.
Yeah, like it could have been better. It could have been anything else, quite honestly.
It really could have. I agree with 5. Like the whole wrestling thing was kind of dumb. Ravi acting like a baby.
Keep in mind where the source material comes from.
Super Sentai, which comes from Japan, which wrestling is huge in Japan, more so than America.
Just like Spinal Tap.
Just like what?
Those of you who heard it and got it, good for you.
Christian did not.
It's a movie. It's older than you are.
A lot of things are older than me. Is what it is. But
yeah.
Any final thoughts before we head on out? Because we got a lot of stuff to do today.
No, we are keeping this one short because we've had a busy week. Thursday, you can check it out on Christian's webpage, our YouTube channel. We did an hour and 5-minute interview with Mike Olasky, the last original Red Ranger. He was really fun to talk to, and we talked to him for, I don't know how long before and after, but quite long enough.
He gave Sean tips on how to make TikToks.
Jeez. TikToks. Still don't get it. So that was fun. That was a good long form just chat with him. We have at 10, coming up in 30 minutes, a live panel with William Schufeld of Ninja Steel Red, and Colin Bass, who we've had on here before, as part of CyberCon. And then at 1, Christian, what do you have?
1:30. Well, it's both of us now. We have a Power Rangers in Space panel, reunion panel with Tracy Lynn Cruz, Selwyn Ward, Christopher Kamen Lee, Justin Nemo, Melody Perkins, and Roger Velasco. So come check out that at 1:30 on CyberCon's page. 1:30 EST, Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 PST.
1:30 our time, 10:30 their time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I talked to Selwyn yesterday, he's like, so what time is it? And I was like, 1:30 my time. He's like, what time is that my time? And I go, 10:30. He's like, God! He's like, I'm going to be drinking my coffee. I'm like, that's fair.
Oh, and on the Michael Lasky chat, we basically roasted Blake Foster and Michael Lasky. He rolled with it pretty well. It was quite fun.
It was fun. I'm sure Blake's a cool guy.
Yeah, we'll try to get Blake on for a retort.
Yeah, unless he wants to beat your ass.
He probably would.
Is what it is. But all right, we're gonna head out. Thank you all for watching. I'll let Sean take us out.
All right, everyone's time until 10 o'clock. It's time to power down.